I'm convinced at this point that Sledgehammer Games must just dislike the people who work at Infinity Ward, because Modern Warfare 3, for all intensive purposes, looks like it's going to be the complete opposite of Modern Warfare 2. There have been a number of leaks and rumors, some of which have been formally confirmed, some that haven't been, that point to the case that Modern Warfare 3 is abandoning the weird military simulation style gameplay that Modern Warfare 2 was trying to achieve, and going back to a traditional Call of Duty. Now, you may have your own opinions on that, you might like the slower gameplay of Modern Warfare 2, but in my opinion, good god is it awful, and I'm really glad that we're going to be seeing key features that shouldn't have been taken away return, actual character movement, a decent time to kill, and other important features that in my view make Call of Duty, which is a fast-paced, fun shooter. So I'm going to go over all the information that we have for Modern Warfare 3 in terms of the core features and functionalities that it's completely changing. And I will specify which ones are 100% happening and which ones are just rumors or leaks, although lots of these rumors and leaks do have fairly high credibility and come from sources that have been correct before. So to start with, we have the return of slide cancelling. Now, this is kind of a pro and a con. The issue with slide cancelling in Warzone 1 and Modern Warfare 2019 wasn't the movement itself, but rather the fact that it broke the hitboxes and regened your tactical sprint, which I don't think is something that was fairly balanced. With slide cancelling returning, so long as you don't have broken hitboxes and it doesn't massively regen tactical sprint constantly, I think it could be really good and actually bring a fair amount of movement to the game without it being super cringy and super cheesy. Whilst this isn't confirmed officially, reload cancelling also appears to be returning to the game. And generally speaking, if you look at the return of slide cancelling, it can be fairly confidently argued that Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 is going to be cutting out the animation fodder that's appeared in Modern Warfare 2. Modern Warfare 2 is inherently slow. Reloads take ages, aiming down sight takes ages with attachments, and generally speaking, even things like switching weapon animations take far too long compared to pretty much any other Call of Duty. And hopefully, by the looks of things, we won't be spending our time in Warzone and Modern Warfare 3 fumbling around with boring and slow animations. We'll actually be able to get into the action. So slide cancelling is 100% coming back. Reload cancelling has been rumored, but it looks fairly likely, and it's come from a fairly reliable source. So there is a general feeling that overall movement fluidity is entirely different. And this is the complete inverse of Modern Warfare 2, which historically is actually the slowest moving Call of Duty I think we've ever had. In fact, it might genuinely be the slowest one we've ever had. Even the original Modern Warfare 2 back in the day had faster animations. The next confirmed change is the return of red dots on the minimap, meaning that if you fire your weapon, you will appear on the minimap with an unsuppressed weapon. This has been a historical feature, and it's something that I personally am not a huge fan of because it basically makes suppressors a necessity, but most OG fans of Call of Duty have wanted this to return. And that is a 100% confirmed return. Whether or not that carries over to Warzone, I'm not entirely sure, although I doubt it personally, given the way that Warzone is heavily reliant on having decent weapon balance, and making suppressors a necessity I don't think would bode well for the game. But again, yet another thing that has been changed in Modern Warfare 2 that Sledgehammer's politely decided to go, no, that was stupid, change it back. In fact, the entire marketing for Modern Warfare 3 and the entire approach basically appears to be Call of Duty saying, Modern Warfare 3 will not be Modern Warfare 2. There may be some sort of acknowledgement to the fact that whilst the game itself did very well commercially, the longevity of it didn't do very well, and the player retention probably didn't do as well as they expected. And that might lead them to believe that going back to classic features would be the way to rekindle those numbers. So we could potentially have slide cancelling, reload cancelling, less animations and quicker movement, and on top of all of that, classic red dots in multiplayer. The polar opposite to Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2 at the moment, which is slow-paced, has no slide cancelling, doesn't really have a lot of maneuverability, has loads of sluggish animations, and just doesn't play in any way the same. Now, these last couple of rumors are all rumors, but they do come from a highly reliable source who has been accurate about the releases of Call of Duty in the past. And the first one is that Modern Warfare multiplayer for Modern Warfare 3 will have 150 health. increasing the health pool more in line with Warzone, but also meaning that the multiplayer will have a much longer time to kill as opposed to the current insta-death scenarios in Modern Warfare 2, which makes multiplayer, in my opinion, much more competitive and much more interesting. The next one is that map voting will be returning to multiplayer, allowing you to choose the map you want to play. And finally, and this is a big one, every Modern Warfare 2 map from 2009 has allegedly been remastered and will feature in Modern Warfare 3 alongside new content, which is obviously a big deal, and again I do specify that this is a rumor, albeit from a reliable source. And whilst that's huge for somebody like myself who's a classic Call of Duty player and loves those maps and would love to see them again, what's interesting here is the approach from Sledgehammer. Sledgehammer is basically saying, we don't want Modern Warfare to be anything like some weird military simulator. It needs to be like classic Call of Duty, which is faster paced, more dynamic, has less animations, and is less sluggish. Whereas Infinity Ward seemingly saw the success of the Clear House mission from Modern Warfare 2019 and went, yep, everybody would like a military simulator, so let's make a military simulator. These are very two different approaches to the same franchise, and I'm not just talking Call of Duty, but I mean literally the Modern Warfare franchise. And it's almost as though Sledgehammer is kind of telling Infinity Ward off from straying so far from the Call of Duty formula by returning map voting, red dots on minimaps, faster movement, reload cancelling, slide cancelling. And the implications for Warzone are great, because right now, whilst Warzone 2 is actually in a half-decent spot in ranked, other than the RPGs and the inherent amount of cheaters, the overall gameplay is still not fantastic, because the outplayability isn't there. The movement's too slow, the game relies heavily on using lethals and tactical grenades to spam opponents, and without that outplayability factor from movement and the flanking routes that it produces, I think it can get stagnant. Hopefully Modern Warfare 3 will be able to revive all of that though. The future for Modern Warfare 3 actually looks really bright, especially if they pull off some of these things that they're rumored to. But even just at a basic level, having slide cancelling, reload cancelling, and faster movement can only bode well for the franchise, as well as a longer time to kill. Modern Warfare multiplayer could actually be really fun, and Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer has some times and moments where it shines, but the game feels too sluggish and the time to kill is almost instantaneous, which makes the multiplayer just not enjoyable at all, in my opinion, for the vast majority of people. But for me, the big thing and the thing that I'm most interested in is how these changes are going to translate over to Warzone, because it could mean that we get a faster paced Warzone that moves more fluidly and has a bit more freedom in the gameplay. One with more flanking routes, one with more outplayability, and one that caters towards a style of gameplay that doesn't just mean people can sit in corners with claymores, RPGs, and hide in a room together. At the moment, Warzone very much caters towards Sentinel-style gameplay of just not moving, and that's not good if you want a fast-paced and enjoyable battle royale. So folks, that's it for everything regarding Modern Warfare 3. What are your thoughts about the approach from Sledgehammer here, and what they're trying to undo with Modern Warfare 2? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and please do subscribe, it does support the channel, and I'll catch you in the next one.